Welcome back to All That Jam, where music has no limits. I am joined today by Tavis and Chris from Houseplant. Tavis, this is my third time getting to talk to you, so you are a lifer now. Welcome, guys.
Thank
Hey,
you. Thank you.
thanks for having us.
Very nice. So 2024 was the last time I talked to you, Tavis, was in June of 2023. So it's been almost 2 years now.
Oh, wow.
So last year was a big year for you. You had Vibrations at Night come out. You had some other moves within the band. But
Yeah.
why don't we start with the Vibrations at Night? Because maybe we can bring in Chris with that. I hear he paid pedal steel on one of the tracks.
Hey, on the whole thing, on all three tracks. Yeah. Yeah. Rhodey is, we like to call him Rhodey. Fantastic guitar player, of course, but also plays pedal steel. And I've always loved pedal steel is probably my favorite instrument in the whole world. Yeah, so I just love the vibe of it, and I thought it would fit great with these songs. And yeah, Rhodey was.
Oh, he's having
Oh,
there you are.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
My Wi-Fi connection's pretty strong. I don't know, like.
Right, hey, it happens. This thing, there's lots of ghosts in this machine. Let's just put it that way. The other day, it pulled all of us out in the middle of something for no reason. That's probably why it's $9 a month. So let me ask you, Chris played pedal steel. How did that come about? Was he part of the extended Houseplant universe already?
Yeah, Rhodey and I go back a long ways. We've played in several groups together. How many? What? Three or four groups. I've known him for a long time. He's a longtime friend, and yeah, wanted pedal steel on the record, and was happy to get him in there to do it. So
yeah,
there you go. So how did that work, Chris? Did you they send you like a sketch of the song, or did you just walk in blind and sit down and say, hey, I'm gonna lay some tracks over this?
I'm trying to remember. I think I got a demo of it, and then I just went over to Tavis's house, and we spent a night just figuring it out, and throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck. And yeah, it was really fun.
Very nice, very nice. It's a very interesting touch to that. I like the addition of that instrumentation. Now, are you going to try to bring some of the pedal steel into what Houseplant is now?
Well, I mean, I've been bringing it when we first started getting together. I was bringing it to rehearsals, and it seemed like I don't know. I kind of approach pedal steel like thinking about it with my guitar brain, so I can kind of emulate some of that stuff on the guitar. So, but yeah, we'll see. It'd be fun to play some steel on.
Yeah, I always think of Garcia with the pedal steel and him saying, that if he had another lifetime, he would only play the pedal steel.
Oh my God, yeah.
We were listening to some of those New Riders recordings last night at rehearsal.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So are we going to get a New Riders cover?
Well, we used to, back in the early Houseplant days, one of the first covers we ever brought out was Garden of Eden, which, I'm pretty sure Jerry played on that one on the recording. But we thought like Garden of Eden was kind of fitting to throw in a Houseplant repertoire. So, we haven't played that one in quite a few years, but maybe that shows up again.
It's lingering. Is this going to be the longest run? The 4 shows in a row next week?
I believe so. Yeah, we've only done 2 or 3 night runs before. I think this is going to be the record.
Right. So what do you guys, have you been thinking about set list construction, how you're going to play it out, having 4 nights to do your whole catalog? And
absolutely. That's right. there. Did you all catch that?
Yeah.
No. Good. No, it's kind of challenging, but I like doing such. I sit here at the desk and think up scenarios for set lists, and it's fun to mess around with, but it can be hard.
It can be hard. Now, do you have to approach it differently because of the personnel changes in the band, or is everybody up to speed with the whole catalog?
Mostly. Yeah, I mean, Rhodey and Sam both came into the band, and man, Rhodey has this binder of all his charts, and you should see these things. I mean, they're amazing to look at, and Rhodey went to Berkeley, very accomplished musician. He can write all that stuff out. That is not me whatsoever. I just play what I know, and that's how it goes. But yeah, his charts are amazing, and he has charted out the whole Houseplant repertoire. Some of them we haven't gotten to yet. There are probably maybe 5 originals that we haven't got to with this new lineup. Mm-hmm. And then some of these are songs that we haven't played with this lineup, but we've been rehearsing the songs, and then some of them are still off the radar completely. So maybe we get to them eventually.
There you go. So when I first talked to you, when you were on Wook Plus years ago, I remember coming up, I was like, you guys going to start touring? You got plans to hit the West Coast? And you were like, nah, the way we have this set up, we're going to do a couple shows here and there and just enjoy ourselves. I feel like at the end of last year, that kind of played out with you and Tommy saying, we want to take Houseplant further out to another level. And some of the other guys saying, we're just going to kick back and retire. You want to talk a little bit about how that all came to be and how we got Sam on board and eventually how you got Ben to jump in?
Sure. Yeah. All of us, when Houseplant started, it was a bunch of guys that thought we were going to be playing the local bar for,
Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have any expectations whatsoever. We just I wanted to write some songs. Tommy wanted to write some songs. We just wanted to play some music. And, we started growing, and we started getting these offers coming in, and some of them we accepted and were able to do, and there were a lot that we had to turn down that was pretty unfortunate that we had to turn them down. So there were many times we got together as a band and talked about these things, like this may work for you, it may not. And we talked about it quite a bit. And yeah, it came to the point where some of us wanted to do more, and the others, it didn't work for them. So that's kind of, how we parted ways. And yeah, I've known Rhodey for a long time. There was 100%. There was no other choice option for me. Rhodey was the first person I went to. The dude's amazing, crushes it.
Thanks,
man. Yeah. And then Sam, I've known Sam for a couple of years now, and he was playing with a band, Jocelyn and the Sweet Compression, and had just ended his run with them. And I got together with Sam one night, and I was like, well, first of all, we needed a keyboard player we had 4 gigs at the end of last year. and just asked him if he could fill in for those. And he was gracious enough to do that. And then after those 4, I was like, yeah, you just join the band. Let's go. So
This is working for me.
yeah.
I hear you. So I know you guys, you've had a history with Ben. You guys did some after shows and things like that. So how did he end up you getting him on board? When was that show? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
The headliner show was like 3 weeks ago. It was the 15th, right?
I believe,
right. Yeah.
March 15th.
And thank you for streaming it.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a surprise to me. That was a Noah and Brian thing. They kind of whipped that up pretty quick for us. But yeah, it was pretty cool that we got a decent stream out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Ben thing, like I've known Ben for, not that well. I've seen Ben around the music scene, talked to him many times. He was always super cool. Whenever I would see him, he was very down to earth, and asked me about like how my kids were doing, how the band was going. And then, he did a couple shows with a guy named DJ Williams, and people would send me pictures from out on the road. He was wearing a Houseplant shirt, and it was just very cool of him to be so supportive of the band for quite some time now. And so when we had a gig up in Philly playing with Pigeons, playing ping pong, and we needed a drummer. So time was kind of the essence, and yeah, and we needed a drummer really bad. So, and there were people kind of joking, you should call up Ben and see what he's up to. Maybe he'll play the gig with you. And I kind of laughed about it. Thought it would be super cool, but I'm like, why in the world would Ben want to play, with us? But then it came down to crunch time, and we really needed a drummer. So we called him up, and he was like, well, at first he thought he could do it, and he was like, sure, what else you got? He was just super cool about the whole idea of us, approaching him with gigs. And turned out he had a recording session or something that he couldn't play the Philly gig. But this little Dogs Run, he was able to do that, and he signed on for that, and as well as the Terrarium Headliners gig a couple weeks ago. So yeah, he was just super cool about the whole thing, and he's been awesome to play with. He's, we sent him a whole drive file of songs to learn, and the guys dove into them and learned all these songs. Yeah, it's just
on it.
Yeah, crushing it
right away.
Of course, he's going to crush it. I mean, he's a badass drummer. But
is this a temporary fix, or is this a long-term solution?
Yeah. I don't know.
You can tell me. You could say I'm not answering that. We can.
Here, let's call up Ben. See what he says. Okay. No, it's we love playing with Ben, and that's I guess something we got figured out. We need a drummer. We still don't have a drummer, so.
I tell you what, that headliner show, fantastic. I said to Rhodey before we came on, the Digging in the Dirt, the Peter Gabriel cover was just sublime. I was so in love with that. I feel like he's a really good fit. You had mentioned DJ Williams, and it's amazing to me how versatile Ben is, because DJ Williams, more if people don't know, a soul, Curtis Mayfield kind of vibe thing you get out of that. So it's fascinating. Let me ask you this, Chris.
Okay.
When you come in, right? I guess you got a drive too, or you were familiar with House Plant's music.
Right.
When you walk into it, do you approach it as I want to replicate what I'm hearing, or do you approach it as I want to remain true to what I'm hearing, but I'm trying to make it my own and push it somewhere else?
I mean, I felt very free to kind of, you know, play it how I heard it, you know. There's like certain melodies and things that, you know, Tavis and Tom would be like, you know, we need this melody here or this there, but yeah, I felt very like green light, do what you do. And yeah, I've just felt very like free to play my way, which has been really great. So
I hear you.
yeah.
Tavis, how is it having the new people come in? What is that like for you? Because you've obviously been playing these songs one way for years, and now you're bringing in people who, even if you do play something true, it's going to have their own flavor on some level. I mean, you know, Mayer does a great Garcia, but you still know it's John Mayer.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, it's great to have cool guys like Sam and Rhodey in there that, you know, we will discuss in practice, like this little line right here, or this hook or whatever. This is, you know, a mainstay in the song. Like this, you know, we need to get this as close as possible, or this part you can take a little more liberty of your own, kind of do your own thing. We have a song, Take It In, that hasn't been played with Houseplant since even, well, Sam has played that one. Anyway, we haven't played that one several months. And the first time we brought it out with Rhodey, he started doing this cool thing in the intro, and we were like, wow, like just we had a whole new vision for the song. So I mean, like whenever Take It In comes back to the live setting, it's going to sound quite a bit different. I'm super stoked about it. But yeah, you know, like in certain songs, we would just say this part's important. The other parts, you know, do your thing. And yeah, a lot of the Houseplant songs have a little bit new sound to them, and sounds great in my opinion.
Yeah, it does sound good. What about on the other side? We've been talking about the live thing. Any plans? Are new songs being written now?
Yeah. We there at the Headliner show, we debuted 2 new originals as well as I think 2 new covers. Covers are pretty easy, you know. The blueprint is there. Pros like Sam and Rhodey and Ben, of course. I don't want to leave out Ben. He's you know, he can pick up on things so quickly. But for covers, the blueprint is there, and you know, these guys can just listen to it and we get it in, you know, a practice. Whereas an original tune, it takes weeks and weeks and weeks to work out all the kinks of a new original. But yeah, we had two new originals at Headliners. And yeah, Super Now and Tiger Paw Ocean Wave are the 2 new originals that we just debuted. They've both been played, you know, one time. So those are in the repertoire now. We have a whole backlog of material waiting to be worked up by the band that hasn't yet, with this little run of shows here. And Ben playing these, and you know, he's flown in a couple times for a couple rehearsal sessions. It's basically just been learning up the material we already have. It's we did get those 2 worked up, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, we have a whole backlog of material that when we can, we're gonna get that in the repertoire as well.
Did anything disappear from the repertoire because those guys left?
Not like disappeared forever. Tommy and I are, the primary songwriters. It's
Right.
yeah, so nothing is off the table. Yeah, there are like 5 originals that I think we haven't worked up with this new lineup that hopefully we get to soon.
Right. How big is your pool of songs, do you think?
I think we're approaching some 25, 30 originals right now. And then we probably have 20 covers or so that we've played.
Nice pool of songs.
Yeah.
I like it. Can we look any further out than the shows next week? Is there anything on the calendar? Are you playing any festivals this summer? Anything like that?
Yes. Well, we have there's a local series here. It's right across the river, which is very, very wide at this moment, very flooded. But it's right across the river in Jeffersonville, and it's at this cool little shipping container park. It's called the Depot, and they're doing like a whole summer series, and we're playing there July 3rd. It's a Thursday night. It's a Thursday night summer series, and we got the Thursday before the holiday. So, that's a great date. Excited to play that space. Then in August, we're playing Dome Fest, which we're very excited to get back to Dome Fest. We've played quite a few dates with Pigeons in the past, including a Dome Fest before. And this one is at Ace Adventure Park in West Virginia, and this place looks awesome. I can't wait to get out there. They have like zip lining and kayaking and paintball and hiking trails and all this crazy stuff. It just looks so incredible. And then to have a lineup with all these bands, it looks like a really, really fun time. So I can't wait to get out there and play that. What else do we have? We have this little run with Dogs in a Pile. Can't wait to get out and play with the Dogs guys. On this little run, we have Asheville Music Hall. That's the Thursday. There's an off day in the Dogs run. So that Thursday, we just picked up a show of our own in Asheville. It worked well for the routing and everything, and we get to stretch out a little more and play 2 sets there as opposed to these opening sets. And then, maybe a surprise or something at the end of that week. And then later on, we have a couple more festivals that aren't announced, a few more dates in the fall that aren't announced yet, but very excited about those. Let's see. Colleen gave me a list here of things that I can talk about and can't talk about. I think I mentioned all the things I can talk about.
Yeah.
Did I leave something off, Freddie?
You got them all.
Good.
Can we make Sherpa jokes?
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I talked to you, you said something about across the river, on the other side of the river from you, and I can't forget. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that show. It's just driving me crazy.
It was probably Enchanted Forest, which is across the river, a little more westward. That's in New Albany. New Albany and Jeffersonville are 2 cities right there in southern Indiana that are side by side. So they're like 10 minutes apart.
There you go. All right, can we get into a little something deeper here?
Sure.
I haven't really talked to you since AI has become a much bigger thing. What's your guys' view on AI and the music industry and what you guys do?
You You want to take that one already?
I got nothing on AI. Jeez.
Well, I don't think anybody does. That's I think it's it's some pretty crazy technology. It's pretty wild. I've messed around with it just for my own entertainment.
You got to figure it out. You got to look at it.
Absolutely. As far as like there have been some artists that have say some like poster art that come out, and there's the social media
thing.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to call out any specific names, but there have been several.
I think he was surprised as anybody when it came out that the artist had done that and misrepresented it.
Oh, so did it actually come out that it was AI and he
it was a long time ago, but I think so. That's at the end of the day is where it was.
See, like that. I mean, that's a total misrepresentation of. I mean, that's not cool, and I think things like that, like that's. There's so many incredible artists out there doing some really cool things, and
I wish I still did burned CDs though, because I used to do all these cool covers. If you had AI to do the covers for the CDs, you'd have a whole series you could do.
Yeah,
because I am not an artist. I can paint flowers. Flowers are easy. No, but I guess my whole thing is I have this nightmare apocalyptic scenario of the music industry which I guess is already happening, incidental music in TV shows. AI will be creating that. Commercials, AI will be creating that. Whole Spotify playlist exists now that are just AI created music because Spotify doesn't sell music. They sell subscriptions. They don't care what's on there. And, then someone suggested to me that there would be bands formed to play stuff that was created by AI. And I was like, whoa, no, you can't.
No, that's wild.
Boggle my mind.
That's crazy.
I tend to think a lot about it there. You guys going to be checking out, you're going to be on tour next week, the week after, though. Fish tour's coming up. Are you guys into Fish?
Yep.
Love Fish. Probably my all-time favorite band.
There you go. I like to hear that. I would have to say the Dead ultimately for me, just because so much of my youth. I think it's what you come across in high school.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Fish throughout my years, traveling around, seeing the band, listening to them, has turned me on to so much other music, and the Grateful Dead included. Like, I mean, Fish was what I was into. Fish before the Grateful Dead, and they got me into the Grateful Dead. Fish got me into the Talking Heads. Exposed me to so much other music that I wouldn't have known otherwise.
Yeah,
that's the best. That's why I miss albums. Like, you used to get an album and you'd be like, who's Hank Williams? All right, let me go to the library and get a Hank Williams album out. Whoa, what is this? What the the mystery, the magic is gone of having to do that, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why, I've got a couple record players here in the house, and I love pulling a piece of vinyl out, looking at, it has the artwork. You don't skip around. You put on an album and you listen to like the whole side, and then you flip it over. It's a whole process, and it's all that's. It's kind of gone by the wayside with these with playlists. Nobody really listens to full albums. It's all just like this single and this single, and
the mixtape is gone because the mixtape has become the playlist, but it just doesn't have the same thing of handing someone a cassette that you spent that hour and a half.
You put lots of love
all the titles
into.
Down.
Yeah.
Figuring it out, doing math right, I need a 3-minute song. I need about 3 minutes to one more on this tape. Oh, I love it. You guys, we've been about a half hour. I think we covered most of what we were here to talk about. Is there anything you guys want to throw out?
think I'm good.
Well, I mean, I'll take this opportunity. Rhodey being the good friend that he is and the incredible musician that he is, and really helped out Houseplant and our situation. He has his own band called Rhodey. That they have a record out already, and then a new one getting ready to come out. You should check out his stuff. It's phenomenal.
I'll get a link in the description for everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Are you guys on Bandcamp?
Yeah. We put all our live shows up there on Bandcamp and Nugs and YouTube.
There you go. Where do you play? How often do you play Rhodey with this band?
As often as we can.
Whoever pays.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's like Tavis will play drums with us sometimes when our other drummer can't make it, and but yeah, we play. I think we've got 3 or 4 shows coming up this spring and summer. So,
nice. Is there a website? Oh, I'll talk to you after we're done, and we'll get the information down there to push that too. So,
yeah,
guys, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited for these shows for you guys next week. I feel like having Ben with you for those 4 days, you guys are really going to lock into something special.
Oh, we're so excited. We can't get out there and play with Ben some more, play with be on the road with Dogs in a Pile and hang out with those dudes, and very excited about it.
It'll be great. All right. And for everybody out there watching, hang out for a minute after I stop. Everybody out there watching, make sure you find us at All That Jam Pod on all the socials. We have a .com. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Remember to like and subscribe. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long. We'll see you soon.